Wow. Hmm. Yeah. Huh. God, that's a lot of switches to remember everything. Hmm. Oh boy. You heard they said he died recently, right? Like a month ago or something. Yeah. I'm hearing the echo of myself. Hmm.
Rodecaster Pro Stereo. Okay, now that should be working. So you're probably going to hear yourself again. Should be working. So you're probably going to hear yourself again. Okay, so that's working now. Good.
Okay.
Actually, go ahead and say something.
So something. Say something.
There we go. Actually, go ahead and say something.
Something. Say something.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right. Awesome. So yeah, now that now that everything is going to be working as it should be, right up until we realize that it's not.
Yeah.
Let me switch to Studio Editor and make sure that these are going to work. And they probably won't do. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I got 53 seconds to figure this out, but I'm pretty sure I can. All right, so main shot, duplicate to closing, right, fixed. All right, and where is it at? Copyright. Nope. Copy. Closing copyright fixed. And paste. And drag you all the way up there. Boom. All right. Well, that worked out perfectly. Timer now says 5 seconds. Hooray, beer.
Look at you! You was popping all that good shit a second ago, then you got kicked in your chest!
You know what?
Now what?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, maybe if I hit record on the mixer board to get the audio. Here. We'll reset
Somebody
that.
kick him in the chest.
Come on.
Kick your daddy in the chest.
Come on. Reset. I've got two flashing icons on my soundboard right now, so it's like, here, maybe if I do 4. There's a way. There we go. That one's reset now. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, yeah.
Look at you. You was popping all that good shit a second ago. Then you got kicked in your chest.
And just as a friendly reminder, it's funny that Primo can't see anything that's going on unless he's actually watching it. So all the edits that I just did, he doesn't know about.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you put a dick in my mouth or something?
No, nothing like that.
I'm sure you can do all kinds of weird shit with your whole setup.
Yeah. In fact, I actually need to bring you up a little bit.
Okay.
Because you were fine, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe if I do this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
What
bit
happened?
more. Again?
Just a little bit more.
Eh,
Tiny bit more.
whatever.
Is that good?
No. I'm coming through much louder than you are, so maybe I'm just coming in loud and you're coming in normal.
Yeah, maybe.
Or here, let me just turn up my. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, you're fine. And if,
Testing.
yeah.
I think it's fine, right?
yeah, we should be fine. All right.
Yeah.
It is 12:36 p.m. East Coast time, January 26, 2022. This is episode 44 of the Rusty Razor podcast, a DIU podcast network presentation. My name is Designated Dave.
DIY, DIU.
Yeah. A DIU DIY, right?
Yeah.
I'm Designated Dave, and that guy over there is actually point that way.
Fucking resident Mexican.
As with most things lately, everything is off the cuff and random, and we'll see what's what. But yeah, you're actually like, hey, I want a podcast. It's like, okay, cool. He's got something to talk about because, like I was telling Chuck, I could sit here and every week fire up everything and talk to myself for about 30 seconds and be like, all right, see you next week. Because it's like lately, anything that's not work, kids, home life is like, okay, I don't really have anything else to talk about.
No, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, that's part of the deal, right?
Yeah. But I mean, it works better when two guys have nothing to talk about with each other than one guy just talking to himself.
Okay, here's the fucking report for the past month and a half. It was cool. Nothing much happened, and shit, I gotta go feed my kid.
Right. Well, you know, talking about something that you're very interested in, and of course, David's gonna wave to you. It's like you know who's a really underrated artist and really doesn't get a lot of respect, and I think you'd be interested in.
Oh, let's hear it.
Adele.
Okay.
Really?
Thank you. Bye.
Come on, Primo. Come on,
I
Primo.
don't like pop. I don't like pop music.
Come on, Primo.
Yeah. What? I don't hate her. I mean, that's not for me. That's not.
I think you should listen to her on cassette.
Oh God! Shut up. Is that you? Were you the one that sent me that? You asshole! That was you?
Hell yes, it was.
Did you do that? What the fuck?
Oh man, it's funny. It's funny. Like I don't know why it did it. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. But randomly, and this was like a couple months before the album came out. It's like, hey, you can order Adele the 30 album on cassette, and I'm like, oh, I have to do this. I have to send it to Primo. With
So you paid money for that?
Yeah, I bought it.
Holy shit!
Let me fix it fixed.
So
Well,
I ordered it and I had it sent to you, And it's like I said, I posted up. I'm like, why would someone pre-order an album just to get the album a week after it was released? Because I pre-ordered it like 2 months in advance.
For yourself or for?
No, for you.
Oh.
I only bought one copy of it. I sent it to you. And then, so right around the time you got it, it was right around December the 1st. And that's when I started doing these random facts about me, right? So starting on starting on November 30th, I started putting random facts about myself, all of which were true. Everything I put was true, but somewhere in each of the first 13 posts was the name of one of the songs on there in order.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I'm like, let's see if someone figures this out. So yeah, if you go through and it says designated Dave December fact, random fact number, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every one of those, the first 12 or 13, I can't remember of it, has one of the songs from that album, the title of the song, in that post.
Right. Holy shit, that's pretty elaborate.
Hey, when I do something, I go all out.
Yeah. Okay, it's so funny, dude. Me and my wife have been talking about that for weeks now, like, and then kind of just like forgot about it, and then it'll come up like every couple of weeks, like, hey, remember somebody sent you an Adele cassette? Who the fuck do you think that was?
They don't want
It's goddamn ridiculous, dude. You realize this is like a low-grade movie villain.
It was worth every penny that I spent on it. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, because here's the thing. It would have been U2 or Coldplay. That's a dead giveaway that I did it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm like, but Adele, he's going to scratch his head.
Ridiculous. I love it.
Oh,
man. It's so good. It's so good.
I figured you'd appreciate the whole intricacy behind it. I mean, although you were the victim, so to speak, but
Well, I mean, I got a free cassette I can record.
yeah, just fucking put a tape over the fucking tab.
Yeah, you just put a tape over the tab, and then So, I mean, so I've been doing this shit since I was a kid, right? I mean, this is, I've always listened to cassettes. I still have boom boxes. I still have my mom's boom box, actually. I still have her tapes. I still have mixtapes from when I was like in middle school.
Dude, tell me that your mom had a big ass ghetto blaster. I mean, that would make me so happy if she had like just like this.
So back in the day, she did.
Hell yeah.
That one. I have the. I never knew how to say this brand. The Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. AIWA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's Iowa.
Okay, so yeah, I've got one of her old Iowa boom boxes. It's got a CD player, so it's not that old. And then I have a Walkman of hers, a Sony Walkman that still works pretty well. And then I have a bunch of tapes of like my sister and I singing when we were kids too. I've been making mixtapes off the radio forever, and there's still a bunch of metal bands that put out cassette tapes like those. So I can just, and that was part of the appeal when I was younger too. I would like my sister. I would take my sister's like Tony tape and like record my songs over it, and then I'd throw out the insert code and draw my own and make my own little album. Yeah, so I mean that's the destiny of that Adele tape. It has some fucking crusty black metal on it, and I'll draw some devil horns and a mustache on Adele.
That name is Hazel.
And that'll be the Dave mixtape.
So, back in the day,
Dave mixtape.
Back in the day when I was probably a little bit older than David, I was probably like 9 or 10. I had a excuse me, I had a radio that had a dual cassette deck, one for recording, one for playing, and you could dub them. You could dub it if you wanted. But I liked it because it could record off the radio. And my obsession with being on a radio and having a microphone in front of me goes way, way back because I would pretend I was the DJ on Q106.
Yeah, Q106. The Q. That's badass.
Like I'd act like I was myself. I wasn't pretending to be the actual DJ. Like I wasn't pretending to be JoJo Kincaid.
Right.
But you know, I was like myself. And the funny thing is, you when you have kids of your own, you wonder what traits they take from you.
Yeah.
He pretends to be the DJ on various radio stations out here. I'm like, holy shit, he's mine.
That's awesome.
And then Oliver is always, you know, making sound effects like backing up trucks and things crashing into each other and explosions.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I take equal parts. Hello mom. He's mine. Holy shit, I used to do the same thing when I was younger. And B, I'm so sorry for all the people fucking I annoyed when I was younger because this is annoying as shit because he does it all the time.
That is, I mean, that's a classic parent message. Right?
Yeah.
Your mom can attest, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom could attest to it. She's in the chat room.
Yeah, there's a great, I think it's like a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip, and I forget the whole premise. But the last panel is just the mom telling Calvin, I hope someday you have kids that treat you the way you treat me. Like, you know, you'll find out when you grow up and your kids are running around doing all the horrible things that you do.
Yeah. Main show.
So that's where we're at, right? Like
Yeah.
we're middle-aged men and we're like fucking yard work. You know?
I need my ride mower.
Like, bro, so my big accomplishment this past week, right? I signed up for fucking. So first, I got my Costco membership, which I felt like such an adult after getting that.
Woohoo.
And then I got dental insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. Woohoo!
You wait, dental insurance in the United States? I figured, you know, you're going to see Dr. Buenrostro and fucking his associates down in TJ.
Buenrostro. No, dude, fuck. So a couple things. I mean, yeah, I don't go to TJ anymore. I think I went when I was younger because like my parents are nuts, dude. My parents, you know, my parents wouldn't take us to the doctor unless, you know, like we're dying or like our, you know, limbs are falling off.
Right.
And then in my entire childhood, or my entire life, I mean, I went to the hospital like once. And then it ended up not being a big deal, and then my dad was pissed at me. And then every other experience of going to the doctor or going to the dentist was like, oh shit, I'm sick. So I gotta wait a couple days, and then we can go to TJ, because, you know, my dad has to be off work. So we can go to TJ. So now I'm like sick. I've been sick like a whole week. And then we go to this shitty podunk little, you know, Mexican clinic in the middle of nowhere. And then you get the good drugs.
Yeah.
I work a job now where I got benefits, pretty good health benefits.
Yeah.
But dental isn't part of it, you know. So I need some dental work, obviously. And then I got talked into dental insurance by my wife, and I'm like, you know, I'm fucking like, I don't know about this. Are you sure? This seems like a spam a little bit.
See, at least your wife talks you into good things like dental insurance. My wife talks me into good things like buying a new car.
Yeah, Or I don't know. I lost the thread. I was gonna, sorry. I was gonna bust on Tina just because that's a natural thing, but I stopped myself.
Well, I've been told to try and stop too, and I know she's in earshot of me right now. So
yeah, your chance to be better, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to. But the door swings both ways. You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
sure
You know what's
does.
funny? I looked at the microphone like it was a camera looking at me, but the camera's over here. The microphone's right here, so that's just gonna look stupid.
That's retarded. I should be looking at my camera, but from my screen, it looks like you're over there, so I'm looking over there.
Right, and since I had to, I used to have a 2-monitor setup, but I had to take my main monitor and put it in the living room because the living room TV fucking took a shit. Yeah.
Shit, or was
No.
Chris into taking a shit?
No. This was all it was on itself because this is a few
wow.
Wednesdays ago. I was watching AEW, and then it's like, okay, hey, I took a shower or I gave one of the boys a shower. Can't remember which one it was. And David comes in and says, no, it wasn't David. It was Tina that comes in and says, hey, is there something wrong with the TV? And I go out there, and everything on the TV, it was like a photo negative. Everything was white with black shadows. I'm like, well, fuck. So I tried to do everything I could to fix it, and it's like, whatever. And then like right away, I'm like, okay, can I afford a new TV right now? And the answer is no. But I was gonna buy one anyway, and I actually did purchase one. And I'm like, okay, forget that. I'm just gonna cancel that order. I'm gonna take, because this is David's room now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I only come in here every so often to do things on the computer or do nothing or whatever. And
Get away from the devil.
the devil. Yeah. But so I'm like, okay, I'll just take the TV, the big TV that's in here, because the TV that was in here and the TV in the living room were the exact same model. I bought 2 of them. So I'm like, okay, I'll just drag this one out to the living room. And so now, what was my main TV is now just an empty space with a TV mount on it, and right below it are the cameras. So that's why before, when I was doing this, I'd be staring at the camera. But now my secondary monitor is over here, and my cameras are still over here.
I see. How big is your monitor now?
43.
43?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad.
It was a
That's
serious
not what you're used
downgrade.
to. Yeah, what were you at? Like
55.
60 or
55.
55. Okay.
But I'm like, do I want to? And then I was thinking, I'm like, okay, do I really want to replace this one since I'm not in here that much? And I was thinking of all the different things of where can I put my computer, where can I put my computer desk, and things like that. And none of it was just making sense. I said, okay, you know what? This room is huge. David's just going to have to share with me. I'm going to have my space over here, my computer, my desk to stay over here. And he'll just have to deal with me in here from time to time. And if he doesn't like it, he's 8, so he can get over it.
Yeah. You can pay some bills. Pay some goddamn rent.
Primo's volume needs to come up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dom
Okay.
saying your volume needs to come up. I don't know what I can do on my end, because I think...
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Yerk through the computer.
Yo, does Dom have kids?
No. Dom does not have kids.
Oh, okay.
Speakers, roadcaster. Okay, you're coming through there, so... La, 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 la. And I can't bring that up.
By the way, Dom has a real job. How does he always manage to listen when we're on? Like, just about every time we're on.
Because we only record once every 4 months.
Oh, that's right. Okay. God damn it.
Hey, Primo, is there any way you can adjust your mic level?
My mic level?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't...
Because right now, I've got you at max, and I don't think I could put you any higher.
Oh, really? Huh.
And now we have a little bit of dead air, so let's throw something like that in there.
I mean, it's just my mic is just on my headphones. Would it be in Zoom, maybe?
You know what? Let me see if I can adjust the zoom level on the meeting,
Cool.
which means that
But,
everyone's going to see everyone's going to see just random things on their window because I'm actually recording the window itself. Actually, no, I'd have to do that in the main Zoom window. So let's go over here, make sure you're still live, and boop.
Edits.
Yeah,
Live.
edits while we're live. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Wait, test speaker. Okay, there we go. He should sound a whole lot better now.
Okay, you got it on yours. Oh, I guess I can. Does that sound better or no? Because I think I can turn it up.
Waiting for our
Maybe not.
audience.
No.
Because I just cranked the output source level up, and you're sounding a whole lot louder now.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything I can do on my end.
Yeah, I can already tell by the levels that you're coming in louder. So hopefully.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll just wait till. Okay, there you go. Dom says it's better. So.
Much better. Okay. Cool.
Good. All right. So back to where we were. 25 minutes in. But yeah, no, about that whole Adele thing, I don't like. It's weird because you got all the social media just watching your history and whatever like that. Nowhere did I ever mention cassettes. But it's like Adele's like, oh yeah, Adele's the 30 album's coming out on cassette. And as soon as I saw that, I thought of you, thinking, hey, I thought of you because you're like, hey, I'm listening to all this music on cassettes. And I'm actually going to drop my mic a little bit. There you go. I think we're about the same now. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be a great prank. Not even a prank, but it's like a great practical joke. I mean, I put that on the level of like, sending you random tickets to a Coldplay concert. I mean, that'd be something I'd do if I had money to throw away.
So interesting. Okay, so the complete opposite and flip side of the Adele experience, what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I recently had an experience with a cassette. So there's this, I guess I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s, aughts, I guess. Is that what you call it? The early aughts?
I don't. The technical term is the aughts, but I referred to it as the 2000s.
Okay, the 2000s. I like that. In the year 2000.
Bum, bum, bum. Hey,
I like that.
Here we go. Here's some grays for you, which was 22 years ago.
Holy shit. Fuck that. I go hide under a rock.
Well, this is like when me and Chuck were on the other night, because Chuck, I'm pretty sure I've told you this, but you might have forgotten about it because it's not really one of those important facts that you remember. Not you, but any general person. Is I am exactly 1 day older than Chuck.
Oh, no shit.
I was born December 8th of 1980. He was born December 9th of 1980.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and that's where the running joke.
Random as fuck.
Yeah, and that's where the random joke of, he's my stepson because he's so much younger than me. So yeah, when we were doing doing the show the other night, I said, yeah, we're 41, and it's like, ugh, that sucks to say out loud. And of course, Dom's like, 41? Wait till you get to my age.
How old is Dom? Like 50?
50, 51, something like that.
Oh shit.
We'll see if he's still there. Yeah. I'm waiting for him to chime in right now. 50. Fuck you guys.
Former Rusty Razor listener.
Yeah. Former. This is no longer a DIU Broadcast Network presentation.
Just gives us the boost.
You guys are fucking fired.
So in the early odds, Chicago had a psychedelic rock revolution. There were a bunch of bands that were making all this loud, fucked up, fuzzy rock and roll.
Oh, the city of Chicago. I thought you meant the band Chicago. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that was the 70s.
No, there was like a scene of a bunch of college students and all that shit.
Yeah.
Putting out like some experimental, like cool psychedelic, like garage rock. And so I found some band. It was like a live show recorded, and I found it on some shitty blog sometime back in the early aughts, and I loved it. And
you were on Merc.
Best shit ever.
You were on Merc, MIRC.
Yeah. Anyways, I listened to the shit out of this MP3 file that I find, and I can't find any information on the band at all. And it's overall like one of my favorite, live albums ever. And so fast forward to like a week ago, I'm just farting around the internet and I find a cassette of that same MP3 file, that live show that they did, and I found it for like $3.50. And I ordered it.
All I need is about $3.50.
Yeah. And it just showed up like 2 days ago, and it's this dumb, stupid really little thing, and it just fucking made my day, you know, made my week. Um, so yeah, so that's the power of music, I guess. And I don't know what it is about cassettes that like, you know, it's this dumb little show that happened on some college campus 15 years ago. Um, and finding that tape, you know, was really rad. So I loved it.
So I'm going to show this to the camera you're looking at, and then I'm going to show it to the main camera because they're not going to be able to see it at the same time. But going back to the Adele thing, I let a couple weeks pass where it happened, blah, 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 and I wanted it to kind of be just kind of in the back of your mind. Not completely gone yet, but so far in the back of your mind that you kind of like, it's almost an afterthought now. And then I was gonna send you this, and I found it. I don't know why it came up on my Walmart search, but I found it, and I'm like, wow, that is pretty fucking cool. Except for the fact that except for the fact that it's Adele, right? So here, there's for you.
What is that?
That is a clear vinyl.
Oh my god!
It's a translucent vinyl.
That's awful.
The only reason I didn't send it to you is because you wouldn't have gotten it until like a few days later. I'm like, no, I want him to have it now, and I was trying to do Walmart delivery to your house.
What a waste of wax, dude! Like,
but I mean, obviously, self-admittedly, I'm not that familiar with vinyl. I know obviously what it is,
right?
But I've never seen a translucent vinyl record, and I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm like,
yeah, it's cool.
I'm like, wow.
They do everything. So, yeah, they do. So like they'll release a record and they'll do, you know, 200 copies of 1,000 copies of the regular black vinyl.
Yeah.
And then they'll do limited runs of other colors, and there's like splatter, there's clear, there's all kinds of different designs you can make. It's really cool. It's like an extra little uniqueness to the piece of music you bought. You know, it's pretty rad.
Well, if my big guy right here didn't take over my media area, I would probably start ordering like, you know, because the splatter vinyls. I'm like, that sounds like it'd be cool just to hang up on the wall. Who's the artist?
Yeah.
Who's artist fucking vinyl you have up on your wall? I'm like, I don't know. I just like the color.
Or they can do picture too. Like they can actually put like a picture of the album on the vinyl itself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you're into music, that's a thing. I'll buy the vinyl of something like iconic or something that's a record that I've listened to a lot, and I happen to like the album cover.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's part of the fun, right? Big album cover thing that you know that you can even frame if it's iconic enough. You can even put it in a record frame and put that up. And I just like it. I like physically being able to hold music and go through the liner notes and all that shit.
1 minute, please.
No, I'm not answering that. I'm on the air. They can wait.
Yeah, they like the voicemail.
But yeah, so
one of the things that's happening right now with vinyl is no one expected vinyl to come back. So a lot of the big artists like Adele are ordering, you know, massive numbers of records because it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
So then the record plants push back all the smaller orders. So all the independent artists, all the independent labels, you know, all the small little bands that are out there get pushed back. And then, you know, the big pop stars take over. So now there's delays, right? So like the little metal band that you like or whatever, you know, you're supposed to get the vinyl this month, you're getting it probably, you know, next year. So that's the cheese on the the vinyl world.
Old supply chain issues and shit like that.
Supply and demand. Yeah. So in conclusion, fuck Adele.
So, how's COVID out there?
We're surging again, man. It's I mean, numbers are going up. It's been kind of crazy. I mean, so at work, this past week we went back to all virtual visits, all phone call visits. Nobody coming in person, and then this week we're back in person. So I don't know. It's like a lot of people changing their minds, and I don't know. It sucks, dude. It feels like we're locking down again. But then again, the medical director where I work is like, it's not. We're not seeing as many deaths. We're not seeing as many like super. I mean, of course, there's still hospitalizations, but there's vast number of people that are surviving it or waiting it out at home or just not having as many symptoms. It's kind of, I don't know. So the way he described it was we're in the transitional phase from pandemic, where it's an endemic, where basically that means that it's with us now. It's part of our lives. We, eventually at some point we're all going to get it and recover from it. And then, just, it's going to be a part of our civilization one way or another.
Yeah.
So it's still there. It's still with us. I think what we're seeing is like the results of the holidays, Christmas, New Year, all that. Lots of people, shortages at work, like lots of people out at work. Yeah, I don't know. It just sucks, dude. It's just more of the same shit. And, just when we thought like things were getting better and just when we thought things were like opening up again, we're not wearing right now. Like if I go into the office, I have to wear an N95 mask. So I can handle that for about 2-3 hours. And then you just want to like, you just want to like, I don't know. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially wearing glasses, right? Wearing that tight N95 mask and then wearing glasses. So I mean, I have a job,
Yeah.
I have a job, so that's something to be, grateful for, and I like my job, and I like the people I work with. So, I mean, it's a shitty situation, but I got it all right.
Yeah, and the thing is, obviously it kind of bummed me out that, hey, I had all these plans to come out there April 6th through 17th, and that's not happening now. And, of course, I'm a bit bummed about it, but it's like, okay, well, you know what? It's, there's reasons for it and, shit like that. And then I see, here comes Omicron! And
just in case you're having second thoughts about it, like now you really can't do shit.
Right.
New Orleans got canceled. I was gonna go to New Orleans for a week, in about a week actually, and that's all canceled completely.
Yeah, and who knows what April's gonna hold? If things might get better and they might not, and it's like one of the big things, and I can't say it out loud because he's in the room. But the place with the mice.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like, if it wasn't for that, we could still make the trip. But since that was kind of one of the things that we told them we were gonna do, I can't go back out there with both the kids and not take them there.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we'll just wait for it. So now the new tentative plan is we're gonna try and aim for something around my birthday.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Because going out there in the summer, why? I'm leaving the heat and going to the heat. Why?
I think we're trying to go to Disneyland for my birthday. I'm not 100% sure on those plans, but maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna try and aim for right around my birthday. Even though that I think me and Tina have to re-talk this over, because if we're going out there for a minimum of a week, probably a week and a half. So are we gonna take the boys out of school for a week and a half? Right before they're out of school for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
But who knows?
What's she doing nowadays? What is she working?
She loafs.
She loafs?
Yeah, just sits around the couch, eats bonbons. No, she actually does Instacart and
gig work like that. Yeah, gig work.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
But yeah, so speaking of that, it's so effed up out here because back home we never dealt with delays getting into school or early dismissals for the weather or closures for the weather or whatever like that. It's like Now out here, if it snows enough, there's like, oh well, we're either going to close the school for the day, or we're going to send them in on what's called a 2-hour delay. Well, how the fuck does anyone work with that?
How do parents figure shit out
Exactly.
when they have jobs? And...
It just makes me appreciate my situation a whole lot more than I already do. But it's like, you know, yeah. What if you got like a 9-to-5 job, and now all of a sudden your kid's not going to school until 10:30? Sure, if they're older, that's fine. But my kids are 8 and 5.
Exactly.
I really can't do that right now.
And then a lot of the COVID, the stuff, the governmental stuff that was there to help during the main part of COVID, like got repealed, got put away now. So
yeah,
even though we're surging with Omicron, it's like, well, the government just doesn't respond fast enough to make significant changes that fast. You know, it's just the nature of government.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. But we're starting to see now, like over here, there are so many people out sick, so many teachers and substitutes sick that they can't find substitutes. So they're doing kind of like they do like in the summer. If it gets hot enough, they just call it like we're gonna everybody go home.
Yeah.
So they're having COVID days now, or reduced instruction days. Because they can't find enough substitute teachers to cover.
So
and it's system wide, like the whole city, the whatever that is, the school district organization.
So everyone is fully vaccinated in this house. Tina's boosted. I'm not. I'm not ready to cross that bridge yet. Because I've seen what the booster, how it makes people feel, and I'm like, yeah.
I just got boosted about a week ago, and no significant. My arm was sore for like a day, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I also have a coworker that got boosted, and the night he's been out since he got boosted. It's been about a week now, and he's been out. He's in the hospital.
Jesus.
So I mean, that's really what it comes down to. This entire COVID thing from the very beginning is the unpredictability. You could get it, and it could be nothing. You could get it, and you could die, and everything in between. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part.
And like all of a sudden, you know, the news. I've noticed when I say all of a sudden, I'm looking for filler. I need to work on that. When see, and then I just go, you know, pause. But like, they're talking about, oh well, what about a fourth shot? And I'm like, okay, you know what? Just because I'm now taking injections daily doesn't mean I like needles any better. I'm like, how many of these do you need to do? It's the same reason I don't get the flu vaccine. Because guess what? Number one, I usually don't get sick. It's like, oh well, what about the people around you? It's like, okay, everyone else in my house gets the flu shot every year. And Tina got the flu vaccine, caught the flu twice in the same year.
Sure.
And generally just makes him feel like shit. And it's like, I'm like, you know what? Oh, well, what about the elderly? I'm like, they probably got the vaccine, right? So if I get it, they're not going to. But
I don't know if that logic works, but you do you.
It's my logic.
Yeah.
But like how many different booster shots are we gonna get? It's like, do you need a booster every year?
Well,
if you need to get a booster every year, fine. It's just like the flu shot. But we're talking about getting your vaccine and then a booster within 5 months, and then we're talking about another booster possibly 3 months after that last booster. It's like, how many times are you gonna fucking poke me with shit? My 5G signal is good, all right?
Well, we don't know. We're making it up as we go along. I mean,
no, my 5G signal is good. I got my phone.
And I think it depends on the numbers, right? On the numbers of cases countrywide and all that. I think if we get below a certain number, then it would be considered controlled and we wouldn't need as many vaccinations. I think that might be bullshit. I don't know. This is not a medical podcast. So.
No, but I mean, you know,
sorry.
I went and got my vaccine because, you know what? Fine. I don't judge anyone who didn't for whatever reason. Okay, let me try that again. I try not to. If you come up with an absolutely illogical reason why you didn't do it, okay, first of all, you do you, but if you're thinking with that sort of logic, and that's the gospel to you, it's like, okay, well, you do you, you know. So if you got it, great. If you didn't get it, great. If you decided to get a booster, great. If you didn't get a booster, great. You know. But it's, and then you see all these people, especially these, you know, white suburban mothers. Oh, you're robbing my blah 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 blah. It's like, all right, it's so polarizing. Like Donald Trump polarized most of the country, and whatever he didn't polarize, COVID took care of the rest.
Yeah, it was like a perfect storm of garbage.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's like because you and me, you know, I don't know how you feel about him. Personally, I don't care, not because I don't care about your opinion, but because it doesn't matter. You do you, I do me. We're not fucking each other up, so fine. But you have all these people who are like, oh, you're the devil because you didn't get it, or you know, you're the devil because you did get it. It's like, and I started seeing this a few years ago, and I'm repeating something that me and Chuck talked about. But I saw friends, even before Donald Trump, even before COVID, who would have different political views, and sometimes they were actually family, either by marriage or by blood. And you would swear that instead of saying, oh, I like this political candidate because yada yada, they went in and said, I raped your grandmother and I kicked your dog. It was, I've seen arguments and friendships just devolve because of that. I mean, come on, look at Facebook. I put up, you know, MAGA, not meaning anything about Donald Trump, but trying to get a rise out of people. Like, wait a minute, Dave's not a Trump person. Oh, MAGA. Oh, peace, bro. Block. It's like, all right. I'm like the bigger joke's gonna be on you when you figure the fuck out.
So what the problem there is, or the larger problem, isn't so much individual politics or one politician or another politician. What it is identity politics. Politics that are based on, this is my tribe, this is my group of people. I identify with so-and-so cause, therefore, that's who I am. That's my entire identity. It's not about the individual, it's about the collective, which is something that I disagree with completely. Right? I believe in the individual over the crowd, whereas identity politics is like, well, I'm joining this group and it's now us against you. And I think it's very toxic and awful and in a horrible way to address politics, and especially in this country. Like, it's fucking garbage. It's an awful way.
And I'll sit there and I'll say different things, like very little about myself at times, but especially with like Tina, I'll say like, oh, very Republican of you. Spoken like a true Republican. Or it's like, oh, wow, you're showing your liberal side. just going like that. It's like, I hate party politics. I hate these politicians that go just on party lines. It's like, don't you have any individual ideas?
Well, they do, but the problem is that the way that you control people, or the easier way to control people, is to get them on sides against each other, right? We're on teams. If you have Team A versus Team B, it becomes easier to rally people to your cause. Just like we've always talked about, like the loudest monkey, or the monkey with the biggest stick, gets to control shit. Well, Donald Trump was the loudest, fucking biggest monkey. That's all he was. He was the chimp that could rally all these assholes together.
I'm still in full favor of when Queen Elizabeth II dies and Prince Charles becomes king. He re-annexing the United States of America, so we're part of England again.
We're part of England again.
Yeah. Make America Britain again.
There you go. MABA. Make America
MABA.
Britain again.
Not, by the way, not an original by myself, but I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't claim that one for my own, but I did like that one very much.
There's so much of that too, like a lot of that politics and identity politics stuff, where it's just like, I'm gonna use this as an excuse to be shitty to another person, right? Rather than like, it's not about having a conversation or like talking shit out or seeing if there's mutual ground somewhere in beliefs. Because the reality is, I think that if you sit down and talk with somebody, you're gonna find more than likely you're gonna find some common ground. You're gonna figure that we're both human beings here. We're both.
What's up?
One of the things that I've learned
Love you too,
is
buddy.
that one of the things that I've learned, especially the past couple of years, is that everybody's trying to get their needs met, and they might go about it a really shitty way because they don't know any better way, or they were never taught a better way. But the intent behind most of this shit, most of human behavior, is to try and get a need met, whether that's food, clothes, medicine, emotional safety, emotional regulation, homeostasis, right? Like the human body wants to maintain a certain level of stability. And, some people's lifestyle choices make them very unstable. Whereas the human physiology, the body, is always trying to maintain some kind of stability. That's the point, really. Most people aren't necessarily like evil or bad actors. They're trying to get some need met, and they might just not have the skills necessary to get that in a socially acceptable or peaceful way.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, it makes perfect sense, and of course you're not going to hear this because you're not listening, but I got to drop this.
No, I can hear that.
Oh, you can hear it.
Supposed to not be able?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I wasn't too sure if you're going to be able to hear that, but
the more you know.
yeah. Yeah, Primo and his very own PSA here. Next we'll start filming your after school special.
Yeah. I work in a therapeutic field, so the more time goes by, the more I'm learning these little tidbits about human behavior, and also learning to not be so goddamn tough on myself and on everybody. It's easy to assume the worst.
You
and
sound
be
like
tough on people.
You sound like Arnold in T2. I have a neural net computer. Yeah. The more I listen, the more I learn.
I'm a self-learning robot.
You are Skynet.
Emotions.exe.
Emotions.exe, which replaced LimeWire. See, when I see you with your drink up, I actually have to stop because I'm like, okay, I don't want to say something very funny. All of a sudden, just your equipment just gets wet. Oh, now he's dead. Shit, did I mute you or did you mute yourself? Oh,
I did.
Oh, there you are.
Coughing, so yeah. I had to mute myself.
I'm
sure.
I'm looking at my board. I'm like, fuck, what did I turn off?
I think. Earlier in the podcast, I was kind of coughing, and I'm sure our one listener was probably annoyed with that.
I don't even know who the one listener is because I hear my mom talking to Oliver, and I think Reverend Dom's gone because he didn't make any mention about us calling him 50. So.
What was our our top listener? Like 12 people, right?
Yeah.
At our peak.
Yeah.
At our peak. It was a low peak.
Yeah, and then for the YouTube video, I think our highest was like somewhere in the hundreds, and that's because the episode title was lesbians. It had something to do with lesbians, and they're like, "Ooh, lesbian onto YouTube." Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure they listened for like a minute and a half, and they're like, "Fuck this."
The thirst is real. It's like, "Ooh, lesbians. Why am I seeing these two fat guys?" Actually, wait. I think that episode had Tommy in it, so it was 3 fat guys.
Oh, there you go.
Oh shit.
Okay. By the way, if you're looking for saucy material on YouTube, what the fuck are you doing with your life? There's so many other places. There are an infinite number of places on the internet where you can get what you need.
maybe I should post a logo like somewhere in here, put Brazzers or something.
Yeah, or the Pornhub logo.
But yeah, this is the DIU Podcast Network, and we'll go down the line starting here. That's the DIU Escape Crew Podcast. The rest of these are not DIU podcasts, but you got to go check out Smoke Session with Nichols and the Turbo Duo Podcast if you like old school gaming, and of course I'm not going to be able to do it in April, but you got to go to Club Super Taco Loco. So it just gives me more time to get my passport, I guess.
I need to get my passport too. I don't have a passport.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think I'll really go to TJ other than to go to get tacos.
I was going to say, well, I'm like, what? I'm going to fly all the way out there and you're not going to go with me
No,
to fucking get tacos?
Well, yeah, for you know, that's the one exception I'll make.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mexico, man, I've heard too many stories, too many bad things in the past.
How very white of you.
No, dude, like because it's different. It's not like when I was a kid. I mean, I used to go to Mexico a lot, and then you know, it's not the same anymore. It's just not. You know, people just randomly getting murdered on the street. Like the violence used to have like a purpose or like a reason, and there used to be rules to this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nowadays the new cartels and the new stuff, like, it's just, why fuck around? Why even bother? You know, why fuck around with that stuff? I don't think I would.
No, I mean,
and that, you know, going back to our beginning of our podcast about fucking middle-aged men, like, I think about that shit more now, dude. Like, you know, I got kids to take care of and shit, so, and family, so I can't. That to me doesn't seem like a worthwhile risk anymore, unless it's fucking, you know, you, me, and tacos, and dear
Life's a
pastor,
risk,
of course,
carnal.
on the way back. Fuck you. Don't you cold-blooded and blood out of me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's all I got. I'm actually glad we got an hour out of something because I had nothing.
Yeah, no.
I think I blew my load on Friday with Nicholas. I'm like, well, hopefully Primo's got something to carry us.
This fucking weird middle-aged angst. Fucking like this went. Remember when we saw Mark Maron?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned into that guy.
It was a slow metamorphosis.
Yeah. Without the divorce, thank God. I don't think I could. I don't think I could go through that, dude. Like I couldn't do it.
Not with kids
that
involved.
Seems, yeah, no, that just seems way too hard and fucking devastating.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's tough. I can't imagine. So, yeah, just I mean, just a lot of work and a lot of just fucking one foot in front of the other, because you can't think about shit too much, otherwise you drive yourself crazy, you know?
Yeah.
COVID shit. And me, dude, like, I'm just want some kind of stability and normality to come back, you know? That's just what, you know, it's like every Monday I go into work and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, and this, and it'll be fine. And it's, you know, we're on some kind of path again. And then, you know, it's some crazy email or some crazy phone call and someone's having a crisis. Or we're doing things this way. No, we're doing things that way. 2 days later, hey, remember we said we were going to do this? Well, we're going to do it this way now. And
sounds like Sony.
So, yeah.
At least that was the running joke at Sony. If the fucking process didn't change every 3 weeks, something's wrong.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's kind of where we're at because we're following CDC guidelines. We're a medical facility. We don't have a choice, right? Like, there's restaurants and a lot of businesses that are just doing their own thing or following a modified version of what the CDC recommends. We're a federally funded, partially federally funded, you know, we're a health center and we have to do things a certain way, and that's fucking annoying sometimes.
Yeah, and then on my end of the spectrum, the Archdiocese of Hartford's thinking about shutting down all the bingos again. So that would eliminate 40% of my already existing business, which as small as it is now. Right. Because we're still nowhere near the numbers we were, and it started picking up. All of a sudden, oh my god! It's like, nope, back down to fucking whatever. And now that we've taken over our major competitor in this area, it's like, okay, well, yeah, it's like, all right, now we're running 2 companies and still not seeing the volume here.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So you took over all their customers and everything?
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of doing it. We're still kind of we're still doing separate operations, only
Yeah.
until the new building here gets built.
Okay.
And then we're gonna absorb all their inventory. We're keeping on their order person, but she's gonna work completely remote. We're keeping their driver because he can cover. He actually lives in Rhode Island, so he can cover everything.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he can cover. Well, Rhode Island is only about, I'd say, 70 miles east of here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So in a day, he could, yeah.
Yeah, in a day, he could cover 3 states because
Wow.
From Bristol, I think Rhode Island is about 70 miles east. Massachusetts is about 40 miles north. And New York, which we don't cover right now, but just for reference, New York is about, I think, 65. The state line of New York is about 65 miles. New York City's about 100.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a bit of driving, but it can be done. You can do it.
Right, and the thing is, we're
Yeah.
keeping him, and he'll probably do Rhode Island, Eastern Massachusetts, and Eastern Connecticut.
Yeah.
We're bringing on a driver that's been working with us before. He's going to handle probably the rest of Connecticut and Western
Nice.
Massachusetts.
Wow. Cool. Expansion.
Yeah. But yeah.
Crazy.
So off air, I'll talk to you about what we were talking about a little while
Yeah,
ago.
sure.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you got anything else?
I wanted to ask you about football. What is, since, I mean, obviously Carolina isn't.
5-12, woohoo! Oh, and any Patriot fans out there?
Holy fudge.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
But on the bright, well, you know, not really bright side, but I think I mean that's going to be a hell of a rivalry for years to come. I think there's going to be some really good games between those two guys, Mac Jones and Josh Allen.
yeah, that's gonna become the new Eagles Cowboys
Yeah, I think so. And but I mean,
or
First,
Chargers
rookie-
Raiders, something like that, something on those levels.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, it's still a rookie. I mean, Bill Belichick still took a rookie quarterback to the playoffs. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It was still embarrassing when they got there. I mean, last night was embarrassing. Woo.
But you know what?
But,
Did you see that interception by Hyde in the end zone? Mac
No, I
Jones
think I missed that.
Mac Jones threw the perfect pass. I think throws the perfect pass, and he's got an open receiver, and this receiver had his defender got by one step, and it was going to land in the receiver's hands, and Hyde comes from over the top and goes yoink in the end zone.
There was one. I think I saw the earlier one where the defender like he stretched so far this way, like it was weird. He did like this weird crab move to the side and like just smashed it right in front of the defender. I saw that one.
Yeah, no, this one
know.
was an interception. Mac Jones, I mean, threw the perfect pass, and
In the end zone,
Hyde,
though.
yeah, in the end zone, and Hyde, like, you couldn't have timed it any better. 1 millisecond
Yeah.
off in either direction, and that's a touchdown for the Patriots.
I mean, it's like the Seattle touchdown, the infamous. You know, I mean, that was the perfect pass, perfect interception.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to. Karma had to swing around someday, right?
Yeah. But so Eagles are playing today, aren't they?
Yeah, Eagles and Buccaneers are playing today.
Oofa. But you know what?
Yeah,
The Buccaneers are hurting. Injuries got them. Ooh.
There's so many injuries. So
Yeah.
who knows what that is? And then you know the Antonio Brown deal, all that. So.
You fucking idiot.
So then tomorrow, or no, later today we've got 49ers and Cowboys, and then Steelers and the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger against the Chiefs.
Well, I like the Steelers have no business
For sure.
winning their game, but You know, if the Steelers win, that means that Buffalo hosts the Steelers next week.
That's ridiculous. The Pittsburgh barely got in this far. You know, it's like the Raiders.
They almost tied. The only after winning their game and going toward the end of the night in Week 18, all they had to do was make sure that the Chargers and the Raiders didn't tie. And son of a bitch, it almost happened.
Yeah, it was. Did you watch that game, the Raiders-Chargers game?
I watched all the way up until like early in the fourth, and that's when the Chargers were down by 12. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to sleep, but I know I'm going to be going to sleep. I'm going to wake up. Oh, man, Dave, you should have watched the game. It came back and blah, blah, blah. So I looked at it and like I read the headline on ESPN on my phone. And it's like, overtime thriller. I'm like, oh, shit, they came back and tied. And I read the rest of it. I'm like, oh, Raiders still won, so the Chargers still lost. I'm glad I went to sleep.
It was a hell of a game to watch, though. And,
Yeah.
I don't like the Chargers, and I don't particularly like the Raiders, but I do like Derek Carr, and I think it's probably his last year in with the Raiders. I don't think, I think his contract is up, and I don't know that he's the guy. I don't know that they're going to renew him.
They need to get Jamarcus Russell back. I mean, you find him at the hometown buffet and drag his ass from the fucking table. 350-pound quarterback. What the fuck? Primo's got the COVID. He just doesn't want anyone to know. He's like, if I mute it, you can't hear. Well, yeah, if I mute it, you can't hear. That's an obvious statement. Wow, Dave.
Big brain time.
Yeah.
So who do you got on 49ers Cowboys?
God, you know what? I'd like to see both quarterbacks because I like how Dak came back this year after breaking his leg.
Yeah.
That's why there's a cough button. Yeah, there is a cough button somewhere. Yeah, I got it on here. That's our cough button.
It's funny. It's almost been the way as Dak has been rising. As Zeke has kind of been going down.
Yeah, but the fact that the fact that Dak came back from that injury and is made it into the playoffs, I was like, ooh, oh, but God, when they faced the fucking Eagles Week 18 and they put up 51 on them, I'm like, oh Christ, here come the fucking Cowboy fans. Oh, what about them boys? I'm like, yeah, you put up 51 against third stringers. Shut up.
Context is always important.
But I'm also a big fan of Jimmy G. And I like Jimmy G.
Me too.
But I don't know if he's going to be in. I don't know if he's going to be in Frisco after this year.
He throws too many dumb interceptions.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of times when you're like, okay, it looks like he's putting it together. Ah, shit, an interception.
Yeah.
Same as Derek Carr.
You know who that sounds like? Cam Newton.
Okay. Well, Cam Newton, man. I mean, if you saw what he did with the Patriots last season, there's not much left there.
No, I mean,
not much.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive for the fucking end zone from the 4. What are you doing?
Just happy to be playing at this point. I think. I mean.
No, I liked that they brought him back to Carolina because Carolina did him wrong. Not the fact that they released him, but the fact that the management in Carolina comes out and says, "Oh, well, Cam asked for his release," and Cam Newton comes out and says, "No, I fucking didn't."
And I think there was a lot of fuckery before they released him. I remember there was a big media thing, and it was ongoing. It wasn't just like a big media thing. It was an ongoing thing for weeks.
Well, Cam was more interested in being a fashion model for a time.
Well, there's that. And then wasn't his shoulder fucked up?
Yeah, his shoulder was goofed up. His ribs. He's got fucking Diamond Dallas Page ribs. Have been injured for like 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean, he played that really bad season. I think it was the second to last season in Carolina, where he was just banged up the whole time, and then he never got enough time to heal correctly, and then he just kept playing. It just those last 2 seasons in Carolina were a clusterfuck, I think.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, well, we're gonna get rid of Cam, or we're gonna replace him with Teddy Bridgewater, and then we're gonna replace him with fucking, oh God, I can't remember his name right now. The
And then
fucking
when did
the quarterback now. Who the hell?
who is the quarterback? I don't know.
Darnold, Sam Darnold. They replaced Bridgewater with Darnold.
Shit.
And it's like, okay, Darnold's on the IR. Let's bring Cam back. And I'm glad they brought him back because they did him dirty. And it was nice watching him that first game, what he was doing. But, you know, he, all of a sudden, and you know what? I'm glad that Cam is sticking up for Coach Rule. He's like, hey, you know, he's doing his best. But I don't know why the fuck they got rid of Joe Kelly. Holy shit. The dude who's responsible for their entire offense? Yeah, let's get rid of him. Joe Kelly's going to be a head coach somewhere. And that was stupid that they got rid of him. But, like, no, this year looks promising. Hey, we're starting 3-0, and we ended up 5-12.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll see. I think the Cowboys will probably take it, but I hope the 49ers win.
What, Oliver?
I got a sandwich for you.
You got a sandwich for me?
Yeah.
Wow, where'd you get the money?
I didn't pay for it.
You stole it. You didn't pay for it.
Mommy paid for it.
Mommy paid for it. Where'd Mommy get the money?
It's
Is it from the money she still owes me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, Dad, you're funny.
I know. So, yeah, my existential 5-year-old.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
On the souls and lives of my children, that is what he said verbatim about the planet Earth. Because he said it in his cute little voice. I don't know if Earth is fake. I think it might be real, but I don't think it is. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, you've been hanging out with Primo. Did you listen to Joe Rogan last night? I thought that put that damn thing away.
Oh, God, I can't listen to fucking Joe Rogan anymore, dude. He's a nutcase now. I don't know what happened to him after Spotify, really. I mean,
You know what happened to him? Spotify.
I guess so, yeah. Spotify money, $100 million, right?
Yeah.
I think it really started before that when they switched from live. Like, remember they used to record live?
Yeah.
They switched from live to just recording, and then I'm sure they, you know, inserted some edits and, you know, catered it, you know, a certain way.
They wanted to appeal to the lowest common denominator, not like Jerry Springer lowest common denominator, but they wanted to, like, hey, there's a demographic out there that we're not getting, and we should probably just alter our approach to get that demographic at the cost of, you know, your original fan base.
Which is, you know, is hilarious because this is what Joe Rogan said he would never do. And if you go back into his history. Basically, everything he's ever said that he would never do is exactly what he's done. Like, I mean, he shut down the message boards that he had. He used to talk a lot about free speech and you know, saying whatever you want on the internet. And one day, out of nowhere, he just shut down his message board and got rid of everything. You know, and then the same thing with the podcast. He said he'd never do recorded podcasts. He would always keep it live. He didn't do that. Said he'd never take big money. He took big money, and then said he'd never change even if he took big money, and that's exactly what he's done. So, yeah, it's really weird. This is like alternate universe Joe Rogan.
What, Oliver?
I got a drink for you too.
You got a drink for me too?
Yeah.
Did you steal that too?
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't steal it?
No, Mommy paid for it.
Mommy paid for it?
Yeah, because I'm 5 years old.
That's awesome.
I didn't pay for it because I'm 5 years old.
I don't drive 5 cars.
I don't have a job.
He's like, I'm 5 years old. I don't drive cars. And then he just walked out. That's one of those better things where you should watch the live feed of this as it's going on right now, because the podcast, obviously, the actual podcast, you're not seeing the video.
Right.
And although, you know, when I edit it, all I ever do is just edit the front part, just in case there's a lot of filler, and the back part if there's something that didn't go right, like the entire last episode. Although I'm so glad that I had the mics on for the cameras. Otherwise, it would have been 56 minutes of you hearing nothing.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But luckily, the mics for the cameras were on. It's just any of the sound effects, anything from the board, didn't go through.
Did we do an hour last time?
You mean the last full episode?
Yeah. Well, didn't we like stop it in the middle because something was happening with the kids? Or something?
No, I think we got like 15 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That ended up just disappearing.
Yeah, that wasn't really an episode.
No,
right?
that one was removed and stricken from the record. There's two episodes that have been stricken from the record. That one, I believe I deleted everything. I know I deleted all the online from it. I think I deleted the master file, and then the one we did at your house.
Oh yeah, did you send me that? Or
I did.
Can you send me that?
I did.
You did, okay.
It's in the Dropbox folder.
Oh, it's in the Dropbox. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a good episode, I think, but I gotta go back and listen. I might have said some stupid shit. In fact,
And that's why it's
100%.
that's why it's never made air, because it's like, okay, he's got to approve this before it ever does.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do stupid things, like, remember, you actually have a good paying job in which your reputation is kind of important, and stupid me, I tag you in something without thinking of it. It's like, I'm like, oh, that's funny. That, me and Primo funny. And all of a sudden, like, I looked at it and I saw the tag was removed. And I'm like, oh, fuck, Dave, you're an idiot. It's like,
so let's talk about this for a second, because this is really strange for me, right? Because I've always been a heart on my sleeve kind of guy, and I listen to a lot of extreme music. I wear band shirts. I go to I haven't been to shows in a long time, but at some point I plan to go back to metal shows and death metal, black metal, extreme music.
Adele.
Listen to a lot of music, but a big part of my diet is stuff that's not on the popular radar. So and I wear the band shirts, and I love the album art and all that stuff. So it's been weird for me to kind of, I don't want to say hide that, but like have some awareness of the context that you're in. You know what I mean? Like,
and
be very careful.
You have a better reason for that than I do, because you like I said, you have sort of a reputation that has to be on the more positive side. Like you used to operate sans filter.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. Now it's like putting my professional life aside, because I really not a lot of older people perusing Facebook or listening to the Rusty Razor, and if you are, thank you. But it's more for my kids now. It's like, okay, there is, and that more so than just for my kids' benefit, I'm getting old, and sometimes I just don't want to fucking deal with it. I don't want, like, I'll say something. I used to say shit fucking because I thought it'd be funny to say, and I didn't care who was offended by it. Now it's like, okay, if I offend people, I really don't want to deal with that, because then I have to listen to them longer. And it's like, I would just rather keep that joke to myself, because there's been a lot of fucking times. A lot of times where I'd love to fucking just fire off a joke or whatever, or do something or say something. And it's like, do I really want to deal with the, repercussions? I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of like that thing. I have an uncle who is an absolute waste of fucking skin. And I think of it now, and I realize that he's 63. He'll be 63 next month. And it's like, you know what? This guy's a piece of shit. But would I really drop myself to the level of beating up on a 63-year-old man? And I say, well, this one, yes, I would.
So certain exceptions to be made.
Very few exceptions. But, I mean, it was fun, and I liked being the guy. And in fact, Greg, our old boss, Lizaraga, he mentioned on Facebook, he's like, He's like, one of the things I respected about you, Dave, is I always knew where you stood on things. He's like, but lately it's like, I really don't know. And it's like, yeah, because there's just, I mean, I would love to be that type of person who goes out there and blah, blah, blah. But I really like seeing every side of the conversation, which is why I don't have an opinion on vaccines, masks, things like that. Although if you are wearing a mask and you go out to a restaurant wearing your mask, and I get that, but if you're sitting at your table and still wearing your mask, waiting for the food to come out, you are too scared to be in public. Go the fuck home. But if you're driving in your own car with a mask on, really?
What are you doing?
Right.
What are you really doing?
But besides that, it's like, you wear a mask, cool. If you don't wear a mask, cool. When I'm making deliveries for my work, I've forgotten a few times, so I would say mostly remember to bring my mask with me. Because, I might be crossing a state line, and I don't know how Massachusetts is doing their thing from week to week. One of their, they might be, mask here, mask here. In fact, I had to go put gas in the van in Massachusetts, and thankfully I had my mask with me because the place I go to fill up for gas said, hey, masks required when you enter the store. I was like, oh, shit, all right. But like when I'm making deliveries, I'll bring a mask with me. And if I walk into a place that I'm delivering to and I'm seeing that no one's wearing a mask, I'm taking mine off. Or like if there's a few people not wearing it, and the people I'm delivering to, like my actual customers, they're not wearing it, I'll ask. I'm like, hey, can I take this off?
That's that's reasonable, that's fairly reasonable.
But I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to be that person. And there's a lot of them out here, and I imagine per capita, there's a whole lot more out there, where, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go to this store and, not wear a mask and wait for someone to tell me anything. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, why do you want to you put more effort into being an asshole than just taking a couple minutes and putting on a mask? And guess what? If you can't wear a mask, then there are many services out there that will shop for you, will bring you your own things like that. And it sounds like I'm being judgmental in that portion. I'm really not trying to be.
Well, I think there's a lot of people out there that are just like waiting for something to be upset or offended about.
Yes.
Right? And I
absolutely.
Think also, and I think that's a reflection of their personal lives. I think that can be. I mean, obviously, we're speaking in general terms here.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're miserable in general, you tend to try and make other people more miserable as well.
Yeah.
Or if
misery loves company.
Yeah. Yeah. Or whatever personal bullshit you've got going on. I think that if you're somebody that has very little control in your life or doesn't have much self-esteem or anything like that, this is like a little exercise of power. Like I'm in control of my own. I might not be in control of much, but I'm in control of this. I can decide. I'm gonna put up all my walls and say I'm not gonna wear a mask, and this is the hill I'm gonna die on.
Right.
It's a weird deal. It's a weird deal. So I don't know. Social media for sure plays a part in all that, right? The speed of it. And I think that's another difference between now and when we first started doing this show and talking and it really has changed. I mean, you could say some stupid shit back then and it was just you were given the benefit of the doubt, or it was assumed that you were joking around, or it was something that was part of a larger conversation. Whereas now everything's a soundbite. If you say some stupid shit, which, we're all human beings. There's a tendency to fuck up or say or be insensitive, or say the wrong thing. But there's no forgiveness, right? There's no like built-in checks against that. Now, if you say something wrong, then you're the bad guy, and there's no discussion, there's no context, there's no bigger conversation. It's you're bad, I'm good, I'm calling you out, and now I feel even more good about myself because I'm calling you out who are bad. Remember? It's just it's a very, very strange thing, and but it's interesting too, because I mean, this generation is the first generation that grew up on the internet, right? They don't remember what it's like to not have internet. They don't remember the transition to internet. So it's just full steam ahead, dude. Full steam ahead. All computers, all technology, tablets, and all that stuff, and the Discord and the social networks that they have. I mean, it's a whole nother thing now.
And just being able to pull out your phone and within a couple seconds start recording anything is like, oh, what did you say? What are you trying to do? Oh, look at this person. It's like, okay, there's good and bad behind that, and it's it's the lowest common denominator that makes it bad. And by the way, I guess I should do some homework, even though that the DIU TV has been on our logo for 11 years now, or 10 years. I guess we should do a little bit of homework and say that the views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of DIU TV or the DIU Podcasting Network. But then I just have to add that because I can say that Dom is probably a bigger asshole than we are.
Well, let me say this too. The views expressed by myself are not necessarily my actual views either.
No, we say because it sounds fucking funny. A lot of it, we're not going to sit there and for 5 hours because we did that 5-hour show once where we didn't think we were going to have enough material to cover. Hey, what are we going to do? I don't know. We just bullshitted for 5 hours. But like,
that's the beauty of it.
I always say that I'm a funny guy. I'm an asshole, but I usually never try and do it to spite people.
Yep.
I'm always trying to be funny. I try and find humor in everything. I always try and make a situation funny. Just like when I told Roy, when he asked me, hey, what do you think? I was like, I'm surprised the baby didn't come out black. And then you're just negative. I'm like, you asked for my fucking opinion, dude. You took her back after she cheated on you for the second time and got pregnant. Come on.
I mean, you knew this was a possibility. You opened yourself up to this by your actions.
Yeah, and at the time, Roy had known me for over 10 years.
Yeah, I'm your friend. What do you want me to blow smoke up your ass? I mean, that's not gonna happen. Right?
I'm not a there person. I'm not gonna sit there, and that's why when people die, I've had really, really good friends who've had family members or close friends or whatever like that die. You one of them, where it's like, I can't be the person that, hey, they're in a better place because it's not what I believe, and I'm not gonna say that if I don't believe it just to make you feel better.
Right.
So, and I really feel like a bad person at times because I'm not that person for you. It's like I told a person, and I'll keep him nameless. I told a person, I said, hey, I don't know if I should talk to you or not because I don't know if I try and continue to talk to you, if I'm trying to force you into a conversation, if you don't really want to have the conversation. I don't want to offend you. I also don't want to not talk to you because you might need someone there. So tell you what. You know how to get a hold of me. You need me, I'm there for you. But apparently I have to look that way. What's up?
I want to know if I'm going to be able to go to my meeting.
What time?
What happened?
It's the 7 o'clock meeting in Britain.
Tina's telling me to wrap it up because she's got a meeting in 5 hours.
No.
I know exactly what she's asking. I know exactly what she's asking. Reverend Dom, if you're still listening, I'm probably not going to be able to make it today because Tina's got a meeting in 5 hours. Actually, in addition to that, I've actually got a lot of work to do. I got to close up some books from 2021.
Gotcha.
Oh, now here it comes. She's like, I want to go shopping.
The truth is
You're going to go get farmer's cheese? What, Kraft slices aren't good enough for you?
Not for pierogies.
Oh. She's making pierogies.
Oh shit, son.
Yeah.
All right.
I love my wife. I usually say that when I'm about to say something bad.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Like,
Right, she's sitting there waiting for the next thing to come out of my mouth. No, but you know what? She does simple things like if she makes asparagus with a meal, I feel so fucking spoiled.
Oh wow.
I love asparagus, and like when she makes it with a meal, it's like yay. And then she'll sit there and like she'll buy steaks and like make them for lunch. She's like, I bought some steaks and made it for lunch. Like, all right, cool.
Random. Okay.
I mean, she does do things, and the more I say, the more I'm gonna fucking put my big ass foot in my mouth. But she does do things. It's like, oh, that's cool. Still waiting on my lobster bisque. Before we got together, she's like, oh, I'll make you. You've never had lobster bisque? I'll make you lobster bisque. It's good. In May, we've been together 10 years. Still waiting on that fucking thing.
Right, you live in Connecticut. Aren't you nearby some good seafood? Shouldn't there
Yes,
be lobster?
yes, and
Right.
I've had it, but you
Shouldn't-
know what? You told me you were gonna make it for me. I mean, what the hell?
Shouldn't there be lobster bisque and fucking clam chowder and all kinds of seafood delights on your table?
But you know, she does do things for me. I mean, and like I said on the last episode, I'll never out loud discount what she does. I'll never be like, oh well, she never does anything
yeah.
for me, and she does nothing even though she made this awesome dinner, and oh she's horrible even though she takes care of the boys. I'll never be that person. So it's like sometimes I do have to come out there and say, yes, Tina does do things.
Yeah. And you can be mean sometimes too. So
Absolutely.
She puts up with your ass too. So.
Yeah, and I get that, and a lot of it is usually not unwarranted. But sometimes, again, it goes back to humor. Humor heals, and especially humor heals me. So I try to be good about it. There are certain people who kind of don't, and I say this, they don't let me make my own mistakes, and let me be me. I'm 41. I'm not dead yet, and I've got a successful job right now that will be more successful if everything works out the way it's supposed to be. I've got 2 kids who have never understood what it's like to be homeless or hungry, even though Oliver says that I'm so hungry, and it's like, but he's actually, Oliver's such a fucking picky eater. It's ridiculous. But my kids have never experienced what I had, and that's my goal in life, is to make sure that they're better people than I am, and they'll never go through the same experiences that I did. So
yeah, absolutely.
I am so far successful on that, and that's all I can ask for. So if I survive to the end of the year, that's a bonus.
There you go.
Did I ever tell you about that?
No, what happened?
So I forgot the context.
Did you almost die again?
No. I forgot the context, but David said that I would only be alive for 2 more years.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, this is that year. I'm not supposed to see my 42nd birthday.
Right.
So,
I mean, he says a lot of random shit, though.
Right, but most of it ends up coming true. I think he's a fucking precog. But it's like shit.
Okay, hold on. Isn't that like one of those offensive things to say about autistic people?
That they have precognitions?
Well, yeah, that they have like special powers or something. Like it's not like they have. It's not like they can tell the future.
I don't know if it's offensive to him, and if it is, well, then I'm a horrible father.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, I don't mean specifically to him. I mean, I think he knows.
David likes being a superhero. He
Right.
runs around with a Superman cape and.
Before I run, I just wanted to tell you Oliver's playing the Mario Kart thing.
Oh.
And
Is he terrorizing the cat?
not yet.
Oh, okay.
David's behind you though, and I don't know where Halo is at the moment.
Okay.
And David's using my computer.
Simulating.
Yeah. Absolutely. Someone's got to go get
Shit.
farmer's cheese.
What the fuck is farmer's cheese?
I said farmer's cheese.
Oh, by the way,
You
How
go
much
to
do you
bars,
weigh
not
right
me. What?
how much do you weigh right now?
Walking around about 270.
No shit. That's 269.6.
Oh wow.
So we're about the same. Holy shit. Yeah, I gotta start working out. Shit, too much office life.
Yeah, because you said you guys are back to virtual visits, so I don't imagine you're in the office 5 days a week now, right?
Just because of the surge, and the thing is, if we're in the office, we have to wear the stupid N95 mask.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is I've just been going in for a couple hours in the morning, just to make sure everything's okay, transportation's taken care of, nothing crazy is going on. And then usually by 11 or 12, by lunch, I'm working from home for the rest of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. But if I can avoid going in, I definitely will. I just work from home, and I have 2-screen setup. I have my work laptop. I can take calls here and all that. So.
See, that's the thing about my job is I don't have a commute, so if I go,
Yeah,
I go.
you
If I
got
don't,
it.
I don't.
I mean, you've got it pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got its pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I think just learning to be a middle-aged person is the theme.
Hold on one second. What?
Your sandwich is roast beef with a light ranch peppercorn dressing on it.
Okay.
Super
Thank
important
you.
information to transmit right now. I think we should call it because someone clearly needs attention, and I'm not talking about Diego.
Well, I'm also gonna go eat my lunch, so.
Love you, Oliver.
All right, so we'll be back when we're back, and I might be back sooner, but who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I want to do this more, and I don't have school at the moment, because I'm fucking refused to do online schooling for another semester because it drives me fucking crazy. So when I can go in person, I'll go in person. No more online bullshit. And so yeah, we'll try to make this a little bit of a more regular thing.
Hey, you just let me know, and I can work around anything.
All right, yeah, we can bullshit whenever. I mean,
Yeah. We turn this into fucking something political. I was like, oh, wait a minute. What did we do?
yeah,
And then we talked about how Joe Rogan's in that case. It's like, okay, we brought it back.
yeah. Well, we can talk about pretty much anything.
we spent many episodes talking about the ode to Joe Rogan. We're using this one to just kind of blast him down.
Time to move on, man. You can't listen. I mean, what? Well, I mean, DSC, you've been listening to that forever.
I've been listening to that for 30 fucking
What?
years.
Opie and Anthony. I mean, there's certain shows that. I mean, Howard Stern is not Howard Stern anymore, but he still has some good shows every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, he's not consistently killing it like he used to, but
But hey, he's getting paid, so what does he care?
yeah. So I mean, I think the same thing with Joe Rogan. I mean, he's getting paid, so fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
he got that Spotify money. He's like, all right, I'm dialing it in.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's no replacement. There's no other podcast. I mean, I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Oh God, you're like Tina.
Just
Fucking Tina always sends me
Oh,
these
shit.
episodes. Tina
Really?
always sends me these. Hey, you should listen to this and this and this. And I'm like,
okay.
why do you want me to listen to this? This shit's depressing.
I'm
I'm like,
No
guess
way, I
what?
love it,
Someone's
dude.
usually dead.
Okay, so coming soon, Rusty Razor Part 2. It's me and Tina, True Crime podcast.
There you
With
go.
Engineer Dave. With Engineer Dave.
There you go. Producer Dave on the board.
Producer Dave. There you go.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no! I got an even better one. True crime.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's perfect. Good. Yeah. I've been interested in behavioral science, criminal psychology, and serial killers and shit since I was probably 10 years old. So yeah, man, good shit.
This
I
is
love
my
all that
shocked
stuff.
face.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
That's about as shocked as I am to find out that you own an Adele album.
Well, it's not my fault. You see.
Well, it is because you talked about you wanted to be, listening to all this music on cassette, and I swear to God, I mean, it was like the cosmos aligned, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy him an Adele fucking cassette. Why?
Well,
Because yes, I can.
to be completely fair to you, I would much rather any day of the year, any day of the week, I would gladly listen to Adele over U2 or Coldplay.
Right?
I mean,
See, at least with Adele, that wouldn't have been thrown in the trash in the first 5 seconds.
oh no, not
Coldplay,
the
out.
trash. Nope. I have a sledgehammer in the garage. I mean, yeah, I probably would have. U2 especially. I mean, Coldplay is egregious, but U2 especially.
Wow. So it's Coldplay over U2 in your sense of hate.
So U2 is the worst.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, U2 is the worst.
That's I thought you hated Coldplay more, honestly.
No. U2 is the worst because they're they're the longest running and they're the flag bearers for that type of shitty music. So yeah, U2 first, Coldplay second, and then Distant third. What was the other one? Adele, I guess.
Adele.
Yeah.
Well, now we're educated.
Okay. My kid loves my. I don't know. My kid loves fucking Billie Eilish, dude. Which fucking sucks.
I was gonna
dude.
say you sound torn.
It is. It's tough because I want to love her and support her in everything that she does.
Oh,
but-
the kid.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah. Yeah, like I want to be positive about it and shit, but it's really, really fucking hard, man. I can't. It's.
Well, everyone's got a defect. That's hers. Deal with the one defect and love her. By the way, the views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of DIU or the DIU Podcasting Network. And not necessarily ours either.
If you've got a choice between saying the correct thing and the funny thing, you got to go for the funny.
You got to go
thing.
for the
that's not
funny.
even
Humor
it's
heals.
not even a choice. Yeah,
Humor
it's not
heals.
even a choice.
Yeah,
So that explains 90% of the shit we say.
yeah. And the other 10% is dead air.
Dead air and coughing and fucking spitting out drinks and busting on Tina.
Right? Oh.
Well,
Well, I'm glad this episode lasted a whole lot longer than the one we tried to do the last time.
yeah, this was a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go eat my lunch.
Do that.
And we will see you when we see you.
Adios.
And then we'll let that run. And then we'll go over here. And I've got a new thing. Oh, fuck. I fucked that one up. Oh, wait. No. There it is. Okay. Bye.
Oh, boy.